Hello and welcome to the Animator Guild Short Film Contest 2021. There are 36 valid entries in total. That's just mind-blowing to me that 36 animators responded to this contest when I announced it over a year ago, and they've created some really amazing works of art for this contest that we're about to see. Now, to help me rank these entries, I've got the help of two amazing judges, which I'm very proud to have alongside me, who have watched these entries with me and given their opinions and their thoughts and their scores. The first guest judge is Huion. Now, Huion joined us last time for the 2020 contest. He is the founder of Huion's Dojo and also Huion's Dojo Studio, which is like one of the most inspiring virtual studios that I know of. And so we're really proud to have him on our panel of judges.
Hey everybody, so this is Huion from Huion's Dojo. I've been running this animation community for, I don't even know how long it's been, but you know, I've surrounded myself with animators and animations pretty much my entire life. Now, I might not be the best animator in the world, but I do know good animation when I see one, and god damn! Some of these entries, man, they're really good. Anyways, I'm just here for the ride. Appreciate all the work that you guys have done. I know how tedious and time-consuming some of these animations can be, so just the fact that you guys completed something and turned in your animations, it's a goddamn miracle. You know, you should all be proud of yourselves, no matter what score you got. Good job, guys.
And for our other guest judge, we have the Canopy Effect. Callum May is the writer behind the Canopy Effect, and he runs a successful YouTube channel. I think a lot of viewers here will be familiar with his channel. He is an excellent writer. He understands animation, and so we're really grateful to have him with us as well, scoring these entries.
Hi, I'm Callum May, host and creator of The Canopy Effect, and now guest judge for the Animator Guild's 2021 short film competition. I'll admit, my first question to Howard when I was offered this role was, how mean should I be? But now that I've come to this point, having watched over 36 films, I don't really feel like being an ass. This is a competition where people of many different skill levels participated. Some were just starting out, some had the fundamentals down but wanted to experiment, and others, I suspect, are already working in the industry. Or at least, should be. So I just wanted to say, regardless of whether you win or not, congratulations on completing a film. It's not easy, as many of you are well aware, but persisting with your vision and in many cases delivering very personal stories is something that's absolutely worth being proud of. And ultimately, I was proud to be a part of it.
We're doing it based on 5 different categories: animation, art, originality, entertainment, and sound. If you would like to see the scores for the individual entries, you can. We've got a link to the spreadsheet in the description of this video. For the prizes, for third place, we are awarding a Huion Inspiroi V2 tablet plus an Animator Guild cap, just like the one I'm wearing. For second place, we're going to send them a Huion Canvas Pro 13 and an Animator Guild cap. For the first place entry, which will be announced at the end of this premiere, we will award a Huion Canvas Pro 24. It's a 24-inch tablet, supplied by Huion, a unique Animator Guild Champion hoodie. As well as that, we will give special status on the Animator Guild Discord group to this user, and first place will be offered a special guest appearance on the Animator Guild podcast. So there's a lot to win in this, I think. So I want to thank Huion for supplying us with these tablets to send to the winners of this contest. If you're interested in upgrading your tablet, please visit their website. The link to it will be in the description. As an additional prize, the top 3 entrants of this contest will have guest access inside my Getting Started in 2D Animation course, and will be invited to beta test my new courses which are coming soon. If you're interested in learning how to make animations, go to animatorguild.com to find out more about these courses I offer. Now, to the viewers, I hope you're ready, because we're going to jump into it right now with our first entry. This one's called Never Helping a Bee Again by Alexis Adan.
Phew. I love pancakes. Oh, poor little fella. I know how to help. Don't worry, my little friend. I'm coming. We have to save the bees, one little buzzer at a time.
Here you go, buddy! Eat up and pollinate more flowers.
Phew. I almost burned down my house again. My vacuum cleaner once caught on fire from sucking up too much wall insulation.
Spoon! Are you okay, little one? Buzz for me!
Never helping a bee again.
All right, I hope you enjoyed that one. I really did enjoy that. What really stood out to me there was the storytelling, the kind of cause and effect storytelling, and this character that you've created, this kind of, you know, tragically clumsy character, which you just can't help but like her. And that was supported by the visuals, by these really quirky pieces of animation that I just love those touches you added in, and the voice acting, which was fantastic. So I don't know if the bee dies. I guess the bee has died by the end, but it's also just a really funny, silly situation. So I loved this animation. I thought it was fantastic. Here is what Huion has to say about it.
Never helping a bee again. Okay, so this one was really funny. You got this lovable bee character, right? And then you got this lovable girl, and just their experiences together and everything that plays out, all the twists and turns, you know, it has you guessing in it. And I couldn't help but to just keep laughing at all the misfortune that was happening. And you really captured that really well in this animation. Not to mention, voice acting is so good, and the backgrounds are colorful. It's just a really fun animation, and I really loved it. Good job.
And Canipa has this to say about it. Never Helping a Bee Again is full of fun animation. I found myself constantly going back and replaying my favorite parts. These included the bee's squash and stretch, the protagonist's swishing hair, and her walk back from the stove. And it all works to build this really consistent bouncy style. Yeah, I absolutely agree. So out of the 5 categories, we gave this one the standout in entertainment. Next up, we have Love in the Lavender by Alycia Animates. Please enjoy. that was a really nice piece of animation. I think it was like a storybook that came to life. You really went for it with this, with those moving 3D camera, those 3D camera movements, and the design stood out to me immediately as being really interesting and different from most entries. So really good job with that, and thank you so much for creating it and submitting it for us. Huion says, the character designs were really unique and I loved the expressions for your characters. I really could feel the pain for the character and the struggles that he was going through. And Callum says, Love in the Lavender is a really sweet film with great character art. I also like the use of 3D to facilitate moving camera shots. Everything was put together really well. So together we gave this film the standout in originality and art style. Very well done, Alycia Animates. We really enjoyed that. The next one up is The Big Girl Leap by Billy Wang. Please enjoy.
Hey Angie, how's it going? You haven't went on the jungle gym yet. Why not?
Well, it's because I don't think our mom allows me. Also, it looks scary.
Oh, come on. You don't need our mom's permission. It's time for you to take the big girl leap. Go on. It's no big... Hey! Don't go. Don't be scared. It's no big deal.
Hey, newbie! Hurry up!
Oh, darn. My bad. Do you want me to help you up
That
or...
was awesome! Did you see that?
Yeah. I did. Oh, okay. But tell me about it later. You don't want our mom to be annoyed about this, do you?
Yeah.
So, let's focus on getting yourself cleaned. After that, feel free to share with me. Alright?
Alright.
Follow me. Come on, Angie. Let's go.
Wow, that was fantastic. What I really liked about this one, I think, is that you found the big story inside a small event. By seeing this through the eyes of a child, you fully embodied the character. So wonderfully executed, and bravo.
The big girl leap. Okay, now this one had a really special place in my heart. It's just everything was tied together so well with the story, the characters, this kid's way of conquering her fears, and just showing how that fear manifests like in the head of a child. I really like the way how you showed this fear from this child, not just from her expressions, but also, you know, changing the entire environment itself, like putting her on top of that mountain, just really pushing the emotions and the fear of what this character was facing. It's such a good idea, you know, like not only that, the sound effects were really well implemented. It really immersed me into that crazy environment. And also, again, the voice actors just really sold it. Because of all of that, it really tied everything together really well, and it was just a nice polished animation with the good simple story.
Canapa Effect comments, the entries this year are seriously impressive, and the big girl leap pretty much sums that up. The animation here is incredibly smooth and expressive. There's never any doubt how the young girl is feeling at any point. Brilliant job. Yep, I agree. It's really sets a high bar for the other entries, I think. So we gave this one the standout in sound and animation. We thought the animation quality was top notch on this. It's really smooth and fluid, and the characters express themselves really well, but also the sound allowed it to be really immersive. Great job, Billy. We really enjoyed that one. Thank you. Next up, we have Endless by DanielJo. Please enjoy. Wow, this is a cool entry, you know, just that kind of lo-fi hip-hop kind of genre that we're probably all familiar with by this point. It's satisfying, it's a nice relaxing drive through a city, and the way you created that artwork for it, the city lights, the colors that fly past, it set a mood with the music as well. So this whole thing came together to create a very hip-hop experience, I think. But then it takes this twist that I didn't see coming. Huion writes, I really loved the interesting direction you took with your animation. The art style stood out to me the most because your drawings are just really good. The backgrounds, the compositing, the character design was all really appealing and very well done. Also, an important note is the music and how you manipulated the sounds really put the animation to another level and pushed what you were going for. Caniper Effect wrote this: "At first I thought Endless would be a chill time, but clearly the creator had other ideas. A mesmerizing short film with strong imagery." Yeah, I absolutely agree with that. We gave this a standout in the art and sound category. Thank you very much for submitting, DanielJo. That was excellent. Next up, we have The Eyes of Oblivion by DemonicFreak. Enjoy.
So, do you truly wish to see?
Yes. More than anything.
So be it. I am oblivion within this creation, all that once was, and all that will ever be.
Your eyes. They're beautiful. Like an exploding star.
Now you know.
So yeah, that was cool. That was a really intimate moment between these two characters. Naturally, we don't really know everything that's going on here. We don't know the context because I think this has been taken out of a larger piece of work. It's like a moment within a larger story. I think there's a lot of potential here for a short film in its own right. So let's read out what Huion has to say about it. So he says, "The direction of this animation was quite interesting. I liked the small twist that showed the size differences between the two main characters, and it really showed just how surreal this moment was. I think it could have used a bit more explanation on the story, but overall very interesting and different." And Caniper Effect says, "The Eyes of Oblivion is intriguing. A small vignette into the relationship between this woman and a titan with some well done lip-synced animation." We gave this one the standout in art. Again, we thought the characters were well designed. There was a good size dynamic between them that made things very interesting. And it was a well fleshed out, well colored piece of animation. So that's where we gave the standout for this. This one is called What Competitions Feel Like, and it's by DinoSketches. Please enjoy. Wow, that one had so much energy, my gosh. Like, you bring this ferocious energy to this animation, and I can just see by the number of drawings, the intensity of those lines, that you really put everything into this. You put so much into it. I really liked it. Huion says, the action and animation really shined in this part, and I felt like the story was simple yet fun to watch. Everyone likes a good underdog story, so I think you pulled it off very well. Just the raw animation in this is what really surprised me, especially with all the different angles, effects, and even references to the other animations were a real treat to watch. Canopy Effect says, I can definitely tell that the creator of what competitions feel like has a competitive spirit. Yeah, I agree. Every skill is used here with vibrant fire and effects animation straight out of an anime. Congrats on the level up. Us judges were all kind of in agreement here that this animation should have the standout in the animation category. We thought animation was top notch. The way things move in this is really impressive. So thank you DinoSketches for submitting that. That was a great watch. Thank you. This next one is called The Little Things by Elite Animations. Please enjoy.
You want a full reference number? 646. Line out closest section. One for them.
So yeah, we don't really have a category for editing, but if we did have a category for editing, I would have given this really high marks in that. The use of jump cuts from one shot to another was really effective in showing us the monotony of day-to-day life of this character. So I think it was very well handled there. Huion says the story in this animation actually had me pretty invested for a while. I liked the setup for the main character, his interactions with the girl. I was a bit confused at the end, and I feel like you could have explained it a little more clearly on what happened. The Canopy Effect says, The Little Things was a neat example of good story planning. While there isn't a load of movement, but consistency between the shots is able to sell the mundanity of the character's life all the same, and how another person can affect that. That's a really good analysis. Thank you, Kinda Perfect. And we gave the standout category in this to sound. We thought the sound was very effective in it. So thank you, Elite Animations, for that. Let's go on to the next entry, which is called Slice of Death. Slice of Death. Slice of Death by Evan Stout. Just as a warning to young viewers, this does contain strong violence. It contains zombies and zombie gore. So viewer discretion is advised. Okay, let's play it.
Hey! I know one of you made another pizza when you weren't supposed to. Don't act like you didn't. Some moron left it in the oven to burn. Who was it?
Hey, chill out, man. It's only a pizza.
So it was you!
What? No, I've never even been inside the kitchen.
Then what do you call this crap, stupid?
What did I do wrong?
Being an irresponsible moron, Arzul!
What's that got to do with anything?
Our food supply is short!
Would you two shut up?
The hell was that for? You nearly killed us!
I don't need my eyes to see my targets. All that screaming makes you two hard to miss.
What, you little...
Is there a problem here?
No, nothing at all. We're good.
There better not be. Because we have a bigger problem right here.
Alright, y'all know what to do. Maggie will stay behind and keep us updated. Brick will handle all the bigger guys. Jacqueline, Arzul, and I will handle the main defense. And you two will wake the hell up!
Useless.
I'm with you on that one, Jackie.
If he gets swarmed, he's on his own. Alright, let's go. Alright, team. Let's mess him up.
Nice! That's it! We've caught them all!
No. There's something wrong here.
Yeah, you're right. This was too easy. How's it looking, Mag?
Not good. A whole swarm is on the way. Too many to count.
Wait. Don't you have some sort of estimate?
I don't know. A couple dozen, give or take. But we have a plan.
Wait. Who's we?
Ladies and gentlemen of the Slice of Fun establishment.
Y'all ready to rock? The hell are you doing? You're drawing more of them!
Let us come together and take on the ones who tore our apart. Let us stand together and resist the end.
Stand with me, brothers and sisters, and we shall defend our only home.
Get down.
Everyone take cover!
And share with me
This slice of death!
Maggie, was that all of them?
There's one more. I'm out of ammo.
Hold on, where is it?
Right here!
Woo! Hell yeah! You had me there for a sec. Thought you finally went and lost it.
Thought we were already far gone anyway.
I figured that if we took out a whole lot of them at once, it would buy us a ton of time. Looks like that might be the case.
Alright, let's not waste time and get back to work.
In that case, think it's your turn to clean up bodies.
Oh, come on, man!
You seriously telling me that was made by one person? Wow, like that is impressive. Many people dream of making a pilot animation, but very few people can actually stick it out to the end and create it, and especially at the level of quality that this animation is. I think it's so impressive. I loved the banter in this. I just think it's a great combination when you have action, just high octane action with banter, and then you've also got this really distinctive comic book style in this, which you've kept through the whole thing, and some great flourishes of animation in certain shots. So this is a really strong entry. I mean, it's gotta be, right?
Slice o' Death. Oh my god, okay. There's a lot to say about this animation, because not only is this an animation, this is like an entire episode of something that could be a lot bigger in a sense, because I feel like this was the only animation where I legit could believe it would play like on Cartoon Network or on some kind of TV show. It was that polished. It was, you know, the character designs and the way how all these characters interacted with each other, they all were lovable. Like they all had their unique emotions and personalities, and the voice acting really helped with that as well. And even just the storytelling, the little gags, the jokes, and not only that, the fight scenes, man. Like, you even had really good fight scenes, and the action shots were really intense. Everything about it was really good. It was well polished. I can honestly see this on a freaking TV show, and I wouldn't even second guess it, you know? So yeah, really good job, man. Very impressed.
Counterpart Effect says, a story about pizza making zombie fighters is always going to be exciting, but the animation and character designs in Slice of Death take it to a new level. It's longer than other entries, but it doesn't feel it. By combining plenty of exciting action with anime-esque techniques, I immediately found myself wanting more. Glad to hear it'll return. It's a very strong all-rounder, but we definitely gave it the standout in entertainment. So well done, Evan. This was fantastic. So impressed. So impressed. These impressive animations just keep on coming with this contest. Next up, we've got Mad Hops by Gracie Vaughn. Please enjoy. The timing of the comedy in this is really important, of course, and it's timed just right, you know? There's like humor, even in the character, in the way the character stands and just looks to the side a little bit. Just the little things like that. Nailed it. I think all of us here, the judges, we all had like a laugh out loud response to this. It was just really funny. It's a great piece of animation. All right, let's hear what the other judges think.
Mad Hops. Oh, okay. Okay, so this is a weird one, but like, I need to explain to you why this is so good, okay? I mean, it's short, you don't really know what's happening, but the way these two, I guess, frogs interact with each other, and the comedic timing that's needed to even make something like this funny is insane. Like, it's hard to make people laugh, okay? And if you can do it just by this level of timing, of the music cutting in and out, the sound effects, the voices, the expressions, everything, like all of this tying together, that seems random, but it's like designed for laughter, and it's crazy. I didn't expect to freaking laugh my ass off. Wait, can I even say that? I didn't expect to freaking laugh out loud when watching any of these animations, and the fact that you made me laugh genuinely is something that's very impressive to me. That is a very important skill set that you have, especially if you want to entertain the viewer, is to have that comedic timing and to have that sense of, you know, when you should cut, when you should do something random, when you should do anything to get that laughter. And that's a really rare and impressive skill set to have, especially as an animator. So I really love this. Really good job. Good job.
Counterpart Effect says, I never expected my favorite character of the entire contest to be a buff frog, but that's what happened. Mad Hops is simple but perfect in its storytelling. Mad props for Mad Hops. See, I told you Caniper Effect is good at this. He's good at writing these. Alright, let's move on to the next entry, which is a film called Moving Out by Hudson Tikoo. Enjoy. I love films like this. I love films which just focus on a moment that is relatable to a lot of people. And, you know, I connected to this. I've moved house before, and so this connected with me straight away. And yeah, I strongly resonated with it. I think this is a great film. I really like this film. Let's hear what the judges have to say, shall we? Huion says, the way you told your story was actually really amazing. The way you can express your story without any dialogue is really hard to master, but I feel like you did it very well in this animation. With a concept as simple as just moving out, you made me really feel for the character. And Caniper Effect says, Moving Out is a really sweet film. It did a great job for capturing the feeling of reminiscing by having the older and younger protagonist in the same space, recognizable from the hat. Yeah, I thought the hat was a really good device for communicating that without words. And I think there was a particular skill in animating hands for this piece as well. I didn't notice that, but CanopyEffects noticed that the hands were really well done, so that's cool. We gave this the standout category in original. Next up, we have a film called Chords, and it's by Jake Olofson. Hope you enjoy it. I like the themes of this. I like the ideas behind it. And so, yeah, this was a cool one. A robot who discovers and tries to preserve and then share music with this kind of post-apocalyptic world. I'm not even sure if it is post-apocalyptic, but it's like this desert landscape in places. Really cool idea, you know. I think that's just a great pitch for an idea. So this is what the judges have to say about it. Huion says, the message behind this story was very strong, and you really showed the struggles and sacrifice that the robot went through for music. I really liked the traditional style of the background art, and even though the robot didn't have any facial expression, you did a very good job in showing its emotions through its actions. It was definitely an emotional roller coaster through the animation. And CanopyEffects says, I like stories about problem solving, and Chords is a good example of that. A little robot finds an unconventional solution to the problems he's facing and explores a hand-painted landscape to achieve that. Great description, I agree. We gave this the standout category, again, in originality. All right, let's keep going. We've got another film here. It's called Phantasmagoria, and it's by Jaromir Novotny.
You there? Why don't we have a little chat? How you doing? Saw a crab in here the other day. Thought that was neat. Anyways, listen up, kid. Forgery is great until you get busted. Then the whole thing just turns into a huge hassle with the court. I gave him all my cash, and now I'm broke. Can't even pay the water bill anymore, so I'm all crusty. Take my last coin.
Wow, that is crazy. That is so cool. It's like a surreal Salvador Dali style puzzle. You know, it's a film, but it's like a puzzle at the same time. I'm trying to decipher it. Even now, like my brain is working to try and uncover the secret. Like, what is this thing? What is it trying to tell me? And nothing really moves in an ordinary way in this. You know, it's just very creative in that way. And it's just very unconventional in the way that it moves, the way that it's shown, and everything about it, really. It's very cryptic. It's still very well crafted. Like, I personally really liked the soundtrack and the sound effects and the music that was created to this, which was, by the way, original scoring created by Jaromir. Alright, let's listen to what Huion says about this.
Alright, so Phantasmagoria. This one was interesting. This is really interesting because I feel like the level of different interpretations that people can take from this animation is pretty much limitless. And something like that is very cool, I think, because I think he structured it in a way where you will have it will have people guessing on how they want to see this animation, right? So it's not really telling the viewer directly like a story that's happening. It's kind of telling you as a viewer to interpret what's happening and how that makes you feel. And I think something like that, without making it look or come off as confusing, random, senseless, I guess, is something that needs a lot of finesse, I think. And I'm not sure what your true intentions behind this animation is, but I can see all the different ways how people can think of it. It could be someone's gambling addiction. It could be someone paying a price, someone dealing with issues about money. It could be someone facing their fears. It could just be like a snippet of a video game even. It could be whatever you wanted to think, and it would make sense to you as the viewer. So that's really cool, and I think that was pulled off really well with this one.
And the Canopy effect says, Phantasmagoria is creepy and unique, and I feel like I'll be thinking about it for a long time. There was plenty of different types of movement that I didn't expect to see, with that coin in particular being so inventive. So I'd give this, obviously the standout category for this, it's got to be said, originality. Okay, let's go on to the next entry. Now this is called Code Stripe, and it's by Jervy. Enjoy. congratulations, Jervy, for getting through all of that runtime. That is a lot of animation to do, and you found an efficient way of getting through it. I feel you used limited animation in parts where you needed to, and so you're trying to tell a bigger story with this, and that's one of the things I want to say. You know, I felt like this film, while it is a long runtime, it also kind of sows the seeds, I feel, for more stories. Like, these characters can be used in a lot of scenarios, so you've established a lot with this one. And really, I like the focus between the father and son. The father and son relationship in this is really the emotional core of this film. Huion says, very impressed with the amount of story you managed to animate with this project. The amount of creativity and your world building really took me into another world, and all the small bits of information made this world very interesting. The story itself was clearly told, and you really feel for the character as he goes through obstacles. And Caniper Effect says, Code Stripe goes a little beyond what you'd consider to be a short film, but with that it is a great first episode of a series. The character art is good, and while it lacks voice acting, the story is compelling. So yeah, we gave this one the standout category in animation. It's always interesting to me seeing what an animator does with limited animation and how they're able to do that. And what I found with this is that the keyframes were very good, were very strong in expressing what the characters were feeling, what the characters were doing, and so Jervy was able to make it work. Next up we have Illusion, and this is by Katharina Ernert. Wow, the visual richness of this one. I felt like it was visually rich. Sun-kissed buildings, the way the character moves, the way the character stretches and all of that, and that spirit that goes into his hand. I loved moments like that. I thought this was really cool. Beautifully illustrated. It was really beautifully illustrated, and the story was great. So yeah, really strong entry. I like this one a lot. Let's hear from the judges. Once again, you know how this works by now.
Illusion. Okay, let's talk about this one. This one I think was really impressive. Not just because of the really awesome animations and the backgrounds and the music, but also all the ways that you showed how this character struggles in life. And I really like how you showed this thing in the beginning and then tied everything back together at the end when he's assumingly assimilated with everyday business life. It really put into perspective of what this character was feeling and what a lot of us have to go through, unfortunately. I think he really showed that well, and this could resonate with a lot of people.
Canopy Effect says, I loved Illusion. It's an example of not just great character animation, which immediately makes the main character likable, but also an example of great storyboarding as well. An excellent film worth bragging about, yes. Katharina, I hope that you brag about this a lot, because you should. It is worth it. The standout category for this one is art. We thought the backgrounds and the environments and the character were like painted, you know, it's like very painterly. And so I thought standout category, we'll give that one art. KD20, he was in the 2020 contest and now he's back again this year with another entry called A Demon's Treat. Enjoy.
Kid, get your foot off of my door.
You're a disgrace. Who gives a demon candied yams for Halloween? Madrea, get over here. Do you see this shit?
Whoa, what the f***?
Got another one refusing to give us the goods, huh?
Yes, indeed we do. Let's show them what we do to people who refuse to treat us with proper respect.
Whoa! Huh? What the hell? Why can't I move? That nightmare felt real as f***. It's the second time I've died in my dream. Must be another trick-or-treater. Hello there. Happy Halloween. Looks like we've got yet another vampire, huh? Everyone likes dressing up as vampires, don't they?
Yeah, I'm definitely another vampire. So you know you have what I'm looking for, right?
Yeah, just a sec. Wait, aren't you a little too old to be trick-or-treating?
Nah, I'm only 17. And also, I'm not here for candy yams, by the way.
Yeah, you're a bit too old and... Wait, what? How did you... Hold up, you look just like the same little vampire girl in that...
Now that was a real treat.
What the f***?
This one is cool. It's a cool entry. It's a lot of fun as well. I feel like KD20 knows how to just create a good time for the audience. You know, something that's fun, entertaining is like, makes me want to get the popcorn out. And, you know, I kind of want to watch his films like when I'm with friends and stuff. And it's just, yeah, so it's very entertaining, but also has some really good craft behind it. The way these characters are illustrated, you know, it's full with cell shading and really pleasing color palettes. So yeah, very, very nice, very well crafted, but also very enjoyable to watch. Huion says, a fun little Halloween treat. I liked how you played around with the character's mind, showing a dream sequence first that ended up being a reality. There could have been some better sound mixing with the voiceovers and sound effects, but overall I think it was a good watch. Canopert Effect says, anime-like designs can be difficult to animate, but I appreciate the attempt here. There was definitely a creepy vibe throughout with some neat sequences, like when she grabs into the main character's chest. Right, yeah, I agree. In terms of categories, we gave this one a standout in entertainment and art. So it's a really nice kind of anime aesthetic designs, which, like Canopert said, can be difficult to work with. It certainly requires a sort of attention to detail to work with them. Good piece of Halloween scare. It did give me a bit of a jump at times, but it was great. Thank you so much, KD20, for returning again and blessing us with another amazing animation. Thank you so much. This next film is called Forgive and Forget, and it's by Kenmin. I hope you enjoy it. That's unbelievably good. Like the design choices. One character in particular, she changed her design completely in the space of one shot. So we've got this morphing going on, this transformation stuff, but always maintaining this look, this aesthetic, you know, those angular eyes and things like that. Kenmin has found a way to give everything this kind of design style, from the characters to the environments to the objects. Everything in this has that same kind of style. The accompanying soundtracks as well, I think they fit the mood quite well. Some of those frames, you know, some of those frames you could hang them up on your wall. They feel so well designed, so well created, so tasteful. It's really nice.
Forgive and Forget. I really like this one, okay? And the reason why I like it so much is because of your use of color palettes. And the character designs as well is really unique and fun to look at. I really enjoyed how you designed everything. It's not just like a cookie cutter thing. It's like this really unique style. And the way you used your colors to express feelings is something that is really impressive. I really enjoyed that. If the character is feeling happy, you can see that in the colors, and then when you go back into a moment in the past, which is you know, kind of more sad and depressing, your colors and your lighting express that as well, and that is really well done with this one. Even without dialogue, it's all through expressions and your choice of shots, which is really good. Animations as well, it was really good. I don't even know how you pulled that off. It's really good.
The Canopy effect says, Forgive and Forget is incredible. At first I was just entranced by the animation style and the vibrant art, but what I really didn't expect was how original the storyboards could be. Half the frames in this could be put in a portrait and hung on a wall. This was my favorite entry. That's a bit of a foreshadowing of maybe where he scored that. You'll have to wait till the end to find out what people won. The standout category for this was in art, of course. Okay, the next animation we have is called The Fleeting Flame, and this is by Keyframe Clips. I hope you enjoy. I just got to say it. I think this is one of my favorite animations in this contest. Personally, I love it. This is one I'm going to show to my mum. I'm going to show her this and I think she's going to like it. I love it. The visual storytelling in this is top notch. It uses this simple language that we can instantly understand and connect to, and establishes this environment and these two characters, which are like the sweetest, most lovable little characters ever, representing these two elements. And the storytelling, my gosh, the storytelling, it's so well considered. It's just, and it's innocent as well.
The fleeting flame, oh man, this one damn near made me cry, man. I really like this animation. It's very cheerful in a way, but then oddly, it's very tragic as well. Let's talk about the flame here, the flame character and his adventure across the kitchen, I guess. The little gags and the little jokes that you put in with this flame were really creative, and that's what made me enjoy this animation a lot more. He even changed the color of the flame based on what he was feeling. And then, just all the little stuff with the popcorn and burning the paper and everything about this is very playful and creative. And then you got that water drop who's just sitting there waiting for this guy to come over, and then they finally embrace at the end. But then when they finally embraced, I was like, yo, you can't do this. Dude, as a viewer, I was like, dude, don't do this, man. Don't, please. And then they end up evaporating together, which is, I guess it's beautiful, but at the same time I was really sad, man. But anyways, everything about the storytelling and the little gags that he did, really creative, and I enjoyed this animation. It's nice and simple, but at the same time really well done.
Caniper Effects says there's so much to love about the fleeting flame. From the adorable flame animation to its unique yet simple story, the flame is such an appealing character, from everything to its walk cycle to the flurry of colours when it takes a bite of some popcorn. It's captivating from start to bittersweet end. I have to agree with everything you said there. For the standout category of this, we've given it to entertainment and sound. I found it really entertaining, but also that sound, this is a tough thing to actually decide on what makes this soundtrack so good. But I just think it's the ukulele. The ukulele used in the soundtrack is just the perfect instrument, I think, to show these two characters. It's just got the right feel for it. All right, let's move on to the next film. This film is called Who Cares About Cold by Kira Sign Comics.
Everybody knows that I'm breaking down. Everybody knows I ain't faking now. Everybody knows my heart's vacant now. Yeah, she hates me now, I made mistakes but now I don't ever wanna be alone. I don't really ever feel at home. On my own, in the zone, that's the only way I know. Feeling low, about to blow back up. Here I won't ever let the doubt creep in. Gotta pop a couple more aspirin. I don't think I'll ever let you in. Easier to break it off as friends. I don't really understand myself. I don't really understand, need help. I don't wanna be left on the shelf. Couldn't even hear me if I yelled. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside. I'm alone, I'm alright. It's so cold outside.
So this might be our first music video entry this year, or at least the first that I'm showing you. The music to be very high energy. I like that energy that it brought to it, and then the visuals kind of had to also have that energy to really convey what's going on in the music. And it definitely took that kind of straightforward approach of visualizing what the lyrics are saying. And I think there's a lot of demand for that out there. So, I could see Kira Sign Comics going on to work for like bands and music artists to do this kind of animation for them. It's very much in demand kind of skill. So yeah, well done for this, and thank you for submitting this. Huion says, the way you reflected the shots to match the lyrics of the music was a nice way to give more feeling into your music video. I really wish you could have finished instead of leaving it off a cliffhanger. Caniper Effect says it can be difficult to think of a framework for a short film, but who cares about Cold's structure as a music video that follows the lyrics is a good idea. I really liked the style of the characters too. I agree. And we gave this the standout in animation. Next up we have a short film called Hot Chocolate, and it's by Leela 4am. Please enjoy. By focusing on something small, you've made this big story, I feel. You know, it's an emotionally a big story that I think a lot of us can relate to. I certainly connected with this. I could relate to it a lot. You know, I went to university, a bit like the character in the story, and you know, recipes is one of those ways that students can connect with their parents, and so yeah, definitely I could apply that to my own life, and I did recognize that within my own life as well. So yeah, amazing how you managed to hit the nail on the head with that. Huion says, this was such a nice simple story that really sat in my heart. The storytelling and pacing was very easy to follow, and the resolution left me satisfied as a viewer. I wish there was some use of colours or shading to improve on the visuals and some happy music to fit the tone better, but it was still nice and simple animation. Caniper said, Hot Chocolate is incredibly sweet, pun not intended, and I feel absolutely called out. The film's great, but I've always had the packet hot chocolate. Haven't even thought of putting in a cinnamon stick in there. Thank you for the film, and thank you for the hot chocolate tips. Yeah, so we gave this the standout in entertainment and originality. And the reason we gave this the standout in entertainment and originality is because the story we felt was so strong. Now, typically, because we don't have a strict storytelling category, when I feel like the story is really strong, it's really solid, I tend to reflect that in the originality and the entertainment categories. And I've even been tempted at times to create an extra 6th category just for storytelling. But so far we don't have a category for storytelling, so that's where it's reflected in. Okay, the next animation we're going to watch is called Road of Darkness, and it's by Ludwig Donnerbalken. Please enjoy.
We've been out here for 2 hours now.
Yeah. Maybe it's faster if I fly to the next station. Get some gas and come back.
Probably worth a shot. If a car comes, we can pick you up anyway.
Need a ride, boy?
$15 miles? Oh man, it's going to take forever.
Wow, nice car, man.
So where you headed?
Just the next town, but we ran out
Next town, huh? Want a drink?
Yeah.
The next town is quite far. You're lucky that I found you. Or maybe I'm lucky that I found you. Feeling good. Don't worry. Just relax, my friend. Just relax. Just relax, my friend. Just relax.
Quite a tragic tale. Wow, that was a really strong entry overall, I think. And you know, the story covers familiar territory. I've heard of stories with you know, hitchhikers. It's a very common starting ground for like a horror story. But the fact that these you decided for them to be animals and creatures just made the story, just gave it that edge, gave it that touch that you don't see that often. So I really appreciated that, just the animal designs. And yeah, this is a great entry. Huion says, I really liked the style you chose for this animation. The use of non-human characters was an interesting choice that I appreciated. There were some really good interactions with the characters, but the ending kind of left me wanting more, and I felt it was a bit unresolved as a complete story. The Canopy Effect said Road of Darkness is what its title implies, but what's more is the expressions and facial animation of the characters that make you really want to protect them. Very strong use of colour and overall a really well put together short film. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, so we gave this the standout category in arts. I'll remember this animation, I'm sure. I'll remember this in years to come. And it's really discouraged me from getting into any cars, especially like a purple car in that kind of way with a bloodhound dog who's in the back seat of this limo. Yeah, I certainly won't get into a car if that's what I see. I like this one. All right, let's move on to the next animation. And this is called Scene by Leandro. I hope you enjoy it. This one obviously stands out from the other animations. It's done something very ambitious here. It's merging 2D animation with live action footage. But I found that Luna hasn't really made this easy for herself or himself, because we've got things like handheld shots in there, which Luna is going to kind of track to the camera movement. So that just makes things difficult, you know? And so it's a brave attempt at this. And of course, what we see here, you can see that it's not quite finished. There are certain shots in this that are polished completely, that are fully colored. And then there are other shots in there which are just limited animation, where we just can see enough to understand what is happening to the characters. With that taken into account, it's a really good story. And these kind of giant towering monsters happening that are walking around this urban environment, they can be, I feel like they can be a metaphor for a lot of different things in one's life. And so it's interesting to kind of ponder about what these monsters could represent, if anything at all, or maybe they're just monsters, who knows. So let's have a look at what Huion has said about this one.
Okay, for scene, okay, you know I have to talk about this one, because this was creativity. Like, this is like thinking out of the box kind of stuff over here. Blending live action camera footage with 2D animated characters and placing them within these live action shots is something that is really hard to pull off and make it look good. And the way that you did it, I think not only did it look good, it also helped tell your story and push this feeling of this world. And even if it wasn't finished, I could tell what you're going for. It was really cool. And not only that, a lot of things that can be left up for interpretations. Like, people can take this animation and fill in for themselves what this animation was about. Like, it could be in a literal sense, like these monsters things, like those can be literal monsters, or they can be feelings of the characters, or even, I don't even know, it could be anything, right? So that was really cool, and the way you pulled this off was really impressive. So good job, props to you for thinking outside of the box.
Caniper Effect says, I really like Scene's combination of live action, short film and 2D animation. It only takes a few seconds to really show its ambition with the shot of our character shutting the curtains. The dark looming creatures were definitely my favorite part though. Seeing these fluid shapes within a real life city was really eerie and created a different worldview. Looking forward to seeing the finished film. Standout category for this was mixed across the judges, so I gave it a different standout category to what Huion did, and Caniper Effect gave it a different standout category as well. I gave it the standout category in art, but it also did really well with entertainment across the board, so that's kind of the standout categories for scene. Alright, let's move on to the next animation. This one is called Out of Reach, and it's by LunaResonance. I hope you enjoy it.
You're wasting your life away playing these stupid games! Grow up and start looking for an actual job!
Believe it or not, that's what I'm trying to do! What the... What's going on?
I think this is a terrific entry. I really like this one. It just it takes us to some crazy places in the subconscious mind, and it's not really concerned about whether there's an explanation for the character being pulled into the screen and all this crazy stuff happening. It just happens, and we go along for the experience. Things like the sound effects that are used along with those abstract visuals just create this crazy trippy experience that is, we've just got to surrender to it. We've just got to go along for the ride with this character. And but then at the start and end, it's kind of bookended, so that we've got the abstract sequence, but it's bookended by these character moments of this character really struggling internally with wanting to pursue this passion of streaming on Twitch, which I think is something that a lot of people can relate to. So I really, really liked this entry. I'd say, you know I say this about a lot of entries, but it's one of my favorites on the list, honestly. Huion says it's a very moving animation that I think a lot of people now are facing these days. I really like the effects and abstract visuals you used to represent fear and anxiety for the character, not to mention the top-notch voice acting and sound effects. If you improve your art just a bit, no doubt your animations would be next level. Canapa Effect says, I'll admit, with Rem and Goku on the wall, I was expecting Out of Reach to be an isekai story. But I'm not disappointed that it isn't. I love the imagery representing the feeling of anxiety and seeing him overcome that. Yeah, the standout category for this one. The standout category for this one, I would say, is sound and entertainment. When an animation does sound well, I notice. So this one did sound well. It kept us immersed in this, and we really needed immersion in order to sell those abstract visuals. So I gotta hand it to LunaResonance for the sound delivered on this, and also the entertainment. It's an experience. When I have an experience watching a film, that gets entertainment points in my books. Thank you so much, LunaResonance. On to the next entry. We've got to keep this going. Whew. Yeah, we're not through it yet. We got more. This is called Pillow Talk, and it's by Marcela Siqueira. Enjoy. Yeah, this one's a really nice entry. I like the depth of field that's used in the visuals, certainly. I like the tasteful sound effects that set this ambient mood to the whole thing. Just when she falls asleep, you hear the alarm bell. And so I think, again, very relatable, very nice slice of life little short film that I think is going to go on to do really well in its own, on its own space. Wherever it gets posted by Marcela, I think it's going to do well, or it should do well, because it's a really nice piece of animation. So Huion says that this was a really nice, simple animation, loved the art style you went for, and I loved how each shot showed the struggles of insomnia, which I'm sure a lot of us suffer from. Canapa Effect says Pillow Talk is short and sweet. The art has texture, the animation has depth, especially with the hand either moving towards or moving from the camera. Just a neat film. Yeah, I agree with both of our judges here. And so we've given this the category standout in art and sound. The art style is of course very strong in this. It looks gorgeous. And the sound as well, I think really set that tone that it needed. Sound, we're putting a lot of emphasis on sound this year with these. I mean, having a category in itself for sound. So 1/5 of the scoring in these is for just the use of sound, the consideration when it comes to sound and music. And we really believe that. We really believe that sound plays such an important role in this. So it's really nice when an entry does it well. So well done, Marcella, and thank you very much for offering that to this contest. So Mott joined us last year and delivered a really amazing entry to us, and he's back again this year with an entry called Thudding. I hope you enjoy it. Yeah, I found that thudding noise genuinely distressing in this. I mean, what really tortured this character with that thudding sound and displayed the sensation of hearing that repeated sound and it getting on the character's nerves. Displayed that really well visually, I think, with some very interesting visual choices. Of course, it being Mott, the visuals are always really nice. The animation, it flows well, it moves really well. And I can see that Mott pushed himself here to deliver even more with the animation, which is really good. And I think this is a really nice, complete little short story that he's done here. Let's go over to the other two judges. We have Huion, who says, a very interesting animation. I really enjoyed the creative story ideas you went for, along with setting how the character's house was beneath the tracks. There were some parts that were a bit confusing and oddly placed for me, and I feel like you needed to clarify what was happening, but I definitely think there's some great potential in this story. Counterperfect says, Thudding is an interesting short film. I really liked the character motion and this consistent feeling of everything going awry. The more cartoony sequences like tripping over the tape were particularly well crafted. Yeah, I liked the cartooniness of some of these, like the ears expanding and stuff. I thought that was really, really inventive. We gave this the standout category in originality, actually. And we thought it was a strong all-round entry as well. So well done, Mott. Thank you for giving us another film this year. Okay, next entry we've got here is called The Lost, and it's by Nimrod Lorente. Please enjoy. something wholesome about it. This relationship between this old lady and a ghost, and I really liked that. And I liked the surprise at the end. It did catch me by surprise, but it's happy. It's like a happy, sad mix. I like it. I like this one a lot. Huion said, very cute animation with some dark undertones. I really liked the twist at the end where you show that the grandma was a ghost as well. I like there were some points where the story dragged on a little slowly, but the overall style I feel was great. Canopy Effect says the Lost was really sweet. Just the scene of the old lady teaching a ghost to fish is a nice image to remember. The short film was just filled with really great poses that sell the relationship between the characters. And the standout category, I gave this the standout category in entertainment. Again, because the story is just so sweet. It's such a nice story. I thought entertainment was really good. It's subtle in its other things. It's understated in its animation, its art. Of course, it being grayscale, you don't really have a color aspect. But yeah, the story. And therefore, I'm going to reflect that in the entertainment category. So that's where this film gets the standout. This next film is called The Bell Is Not a Toy, and it's by Oliver Pretty. Now I have to warn you before you watch this film is suitable for mature audiences only. It has imagery of a head exploding in quite graphic detail. So you have been warned. If you don't want to watch it, I will provide a timestamp to where you can skip this one out. If you are watching with young kids, don't watch with young kids. But yeah, now I've got that out the way, please enjoy The Bell Is Not a Toy by Oliver Pretty.
The bell is not a toy!
Whoa there, Norby!
It's Norbert.
Okay, calm down. You're liable to
What do you need?
Oh. I think I'll have a cheeseburger and fries.
Too funny.
I'm just joshing you. Just give me a pack of them size 7 work gloves.
We're out of the 7s.
What do you mean you're out?
I mean, we don't have any.
Well, what am I supposed to do now?
You could try wearing a different size glove.
What kind of answer is that?
Look, man, I don't know what to tell you. O.J. Simpson murdered 2 people wearing gloves that didn't fit, and he evaded multiple convictions. Not to just needlessly denigrate your vocation, but I have a suspicion it's a little harder to pull off a double homicide than it is to build some car parts.
I fucking hate you, Norbert.
It's Norby. Can I help you?
Yeah, I'll have a cheeseburger and fries. I'll come back when you're off break.
That was a shocking ending. But it was really good. Like, this film is a very interesting slice of life film. Now, I heard from Oliver Pretty, I'm talking to Oliver a little bit, and he said that, you know, that is his job. You know, he has a day job working in one of these supply stores. And so he brought his unique insight, having that job, to his animation. And yeah, it's quite funny how, you know, how tedious this job must be to him. I mean, I felt like it needed a bit more build-up before his head exploded. I mean, I thought that was a bit extreme, right? But of course, that's just me seeing it for like a few minutes. But I suppose if he gets the same joke again and again, the cheeseburger with fries, I mean, the first time you hear that, I'll have a cheeseburger with fries, it's funny. I thought it was very funny. But obviously, to him, who has to hear that every day, it gets a little bit too much to bear, and he decides to spontaneously combust. There's other aspects of this that are really interesting as well. You know, the fact that he just decided to make himself an octopus, even if there was no metaphor there, it's just interesting when one of the characters is different from an ordinary human character. And so, yeah, I really like that about it. Let's see what the other judges have to say. Huion says the voice acting in this animation was really well done, and the funny interactions between characters was the selling point. Dialogue writing was well done, but could have used a bit more animation with the characters to push their expressions. Canapa Effect says, it's bizarre, but that tentacle animation loop is seriously addictive. The Bell Is Not a Toy was really engaging with good voice acting and a fun story about workplace frustrations. It's easy to enjoy. Yeah. And the standout category for this is originality. There's nothing like this in this contest. This is one of a kind in this contest. So Oliver Pretty, thank you very much for submitting that. That was a very interesting experience. And let's go on to the next animation. This is called Interloper and it's by Relion. Please enjoy. Interloper. This jazz track just gave this esoteric, luxurious feel to these space adventures. It's an interesting marriage, right? Like jazz music with space adventures. Yeah, it's a good combination, I gotta say. Just the visuals and the music just paired together to give this kind of vibe. There's a slight structure to it, but I would have liked to have seen some cause and effect, you know, what this space adventurer was up to, really. But that's just me. It did very well as a kind of music video, I think. Let's see what Huion has to say about it. I was jamming through this entire animation. All the different visuals, colors, and animations you put over this music was fantastic. Even really enjoyed the 3D elements you put in. Very cool music video and very well done. Caniper Effect says, I can't get enough of Interloper. I'm a huge fan of the blend of styles, to the rhythm of jazz, every movement. I was looking forward to what was next. What planet would we see next? What style of animation would they use? This is one I can see myself coming back to. So in terms of categories, it was pretty strong all round. We've got originality there, we've got good solid animation and artwork, but I would give this to the sound, because, you know, the jazz track that is used is very, very nice, very sophisticated kind of sound, and yeah, thought it was very good. So thank you very much, Relion, for submitting that. Next up, we've got War by R.J. Steins. Please enjoy.
What is war? War is fear. Fear is war. War lives inside of us. War sleeps under peace. Waiting, watching, listening, learning. War waits to strike. It waits for no one. It waits to cause chaos. It waits to cause pain. It waits to cause heartbreak. It waits to leave blood in its wake. Where do you stand? Where do I stand? Where do we stand? Where does anyone stand in a hell like this?
Quite a thought-provoking monologue, like a well-paced monologue on war. Character under this tree that's just kind of musing on these ideas of what war is. I liked the voice acting. I thought the voice acting was very, very good. And I know as a 3D animator, you know, 3D animation is very difficult, so it's good to see a film being made in 3D. We haven't had many 3D entries actually. So yeah, well done RJ Steins for submitting this, for getting this made. Huion says, I really liked the audio and script for this piece, but I just wish there was more happening with the animation and visuals. It left me wanting just a bit more, feeling like in the voiceover. Caniper Effect said, war is a good start to developing techniques. I did a similar task at university and it took months just to get the walk cycle right. I went on to talk about animation instead of continuing to learn how to make it, but I'd encourage you to keep building on those skills. Yeah, I had a similar experience to the Caniper Effect. You know, I also learned how to make 3D animation at university, and yeah, it's harder than it looks. And the standout category for this is sound. Now, this next entry is called Falling Food Physics, and it's by Shushinus. Please enjoy.
Stone falls, ghost always murdered side down, but sauce rocks always fall into the gap between pot and plate, and people always fall to the feet of cannibals.
Sie war eine Tochter eures Stammes. Vielleicht wollt ihr einen Schrumpfkopf aus ihr machen.
Si attire si j'ai opère, 10 informations su, je l'engêne. Oh, Néon bouge sa benne.
Wir müssen jetzt gehen.
$67 equals 9 plus 0% microplus asterisk.
Wir haben möglicherweise eine Heilung für die Storm gefunden.
Alle ne dis der Referen.
Ich weiß.
Probably the most ambitious entry we've ever had. I mean, it's marrying 3D animation with 2D animation, and sometimes even like taking photographs, like a photo collage, and then it's got this like off the wall animation standard, very high quality animation made for this, and detailed as well, like really detailed in the character designs. I can tell that Shushinus has spared no expense with this. You know, they've gone all in with this animation, and it's amazing to see. It's crazy. This is a crazy animation. I noticed a lot of callbacks to Star Wars. I had to surrender to the bonkers performance of it. I had to just be like, okay, I'm just going to accept whatever comes along. And when I did that, I thoroughly enjoyed this animation. And it's one that, you know, I'll be playing this back quite a lot. I've already watched it a few times now, because there's just these little details that you see on a second viewing, like the characters, some of the background characters for this, or the way that watch just popped out of his wrist, or the way the tent just came out. There's a lot of details. It's like a feast for the eyes. I really like this one, obviously. It's like the most bodacious concept, and it deserves a lot of credit. I like this one a lot.
All right, you know I have to come in for this one. Okay, all right, okay, this one, okay, all right, okay, okay, all right, dude. Calm down, dude. Fouling food physics. Okay, if these judges didn't give animation for 100, I don't know what to think. Howard Callum, I swear, if he didn't give this guy 100 in animation, I'm coming for you guys. You understand me? This is crazy. Like, I don't understand. Like, I can't understand. I can't fathom how much work was put into this. I can't even believe this was animated by a dude. Okay, I don't know how long this took, but I can guarantee it's hundreds and hundreds of hours of work. I don't know if any one of us actually knows what's happening in this animation, but like the believability of this really crazy sci-fi fictional world is like, I can believe everything that's like this looks like a world that is real to me, right? No matter what is happening, like these random stuff that's happening, you know, it could all be a part of a more overarching storyline. The way that this world was built was really amazing, right? The attention to detail with all the little background elements, the characters, it's crazy. I don't know what's happening, but whatever is happening, I want to know more, right? And this seemed like a small little snippet of something that's like huge. Anyways, this is crazy. I don't even know what to say for this. It's just that it looks really nice. The animation is insane, and I don't know how he did it, but yeah, I don't know. I don't even know how this is possible.
Canopet Effect says falling food physics is incredible, beyond incredible. It made absolutely no sense to me, but that's not the point. It's a visual treat, insanely creative and vibrant, and shows plenty of ambition with the skills to match. Hell yeah. Standout category for this is animation, but it got a lot of high scores, I gotta say. It's a really good one, it impressed us all. Let's go on to the next entry, which is called The Lantern by Sten Sozia. Please enjoy.
Я ухожу. Прощай.
I love the surreal symbolism in this. The art style is sincere and grounded, and you can just tell that there's been a lot of hard work put into it. And it's poetic as well. It's a very poetic film with a lot of imagery that, you know, perhaps represents things, perhaps is metaphorical. It shows great discipline, and I really want to see what you make next with this, Sten. This is a very nice piece of animation. Huion says, I really enjoyed the art style in this animation. The style stayed very consistent and everything read very clearly. All the small attention to details with the background and movements really made me appreciate this animation more. The character's journey with the lantern and the memory of his friend was nicely done. Counterperfect says, the lantern is incredibly ambitious. Crowd animation, detailed character movements, all wrapped in a sketchy style. It's able to accomplish a lot of what it's set out for. There's a lot of shortcuts that it forgoes, and that is absolutely worthy of respect. The standout category for this, it's strong all round, of course, but I would say the originality gets a standout in this, and also the sound. So thank you very much, Sten Sozia, for that. Very nice addition to this contest. And the next up, we've got Summer Memories, and that's by Sirius-Sam. Hope you enjoy it. Pretty wholesome stuff. Pretty wholesome stuff, I think. This is like a celebration of that day in your childhood. You know, a day when everything went well. A hot summer's day where everything just goes well. And so it was a nice experience. It's a nice thing to kind of let out a sort of sigh and relax and feel a bit of nostalgia before probably we'll see some more traumatic animations. There have been a fair amount of traumatic animations, but not this one. This one is just a good time. It's a good experience. Let's talk about the technical stuff. I mean, the animation quality in this one, I can tell that there's had a lot of work has been put into this. Very smooth animation. So a lot of drawings have gone into this one. Interesting character designs, this kind of cartoony style, and the editing that matches the music kind of beat for beat in places, and some interesting edits as well, some jump cut editing. So there's a lot of technical stuff going on here that I appreciate. Huion says the animation in this was super impressive. So many keyframes in simple movements, all animated very well. As an animator, I can tell you put in a lot of effort into the animations. This anim was all some good vibes, but I did wish there was some kind of story or conflict or resolution. it doesn't really retract from the animation, but I really wanted to see a story with these characters. Yeah, I kind of agree with Huion there. There's like, we've got these characters now. It feels like that was the start to an animation, but now let's test them, you know? So I hope the next, if there is another animation coming from this, that those characters get tested in a way. And that's really where you start to get these story aspects to the animation. The Caniper Effect says the Summer Memories is an incredible sequence. From great expressive animation to clever shot transitions to everything matching the beat of the music, I loved watching this. The effort absolutely shows on screen. We gave the standout category to this in animation. We thought the animation was excellent in this. So, next animation we're going to watch is called Grounded, and it's by SY Art. Hope you enjoy. So, a very nice story about a bird that finds a way to get around when the bird's wings are broken. I like the story. I think it's a very nice story, very simple, very pure story, and it's about birds, and I love birds. Very nice piece of animation. Huion says, a simple animation yet powerful message. I love how you could pull off a great story with simple movements and actions of a bird. Overall was very well done. I connected with the bird instantly and you told the story very well. Caniper Effect says, it's exciting to see Grounded continue to get more ambitious as it goes on. Much like the crow in the story, animating a character through a moving background isn't easy, but those ended up being my favorite shots. We gave this the standout category of originality. So well done SY Art, this was very nice. This next entry is called Procrastination and it's by Tim Veal. Enjoy.
Your profile picture doesn't look like you.
Oh, yeah. That's just my concept art.
That's a bit disingenuous.
Well, I started the storyboard, but just never got around to actually doing the animation part. Well, that's okay, though. I've already got a great idea for my next animation. It's going to be a spy story. Yeah, there's going to be car chases and lots of action and explosions. And at the end, this huge battle scene. So don't you worry, because next time, I'm going to look really awesome. Huh? Oh, why does this always happen to me?
Yeah, this one got a good first-time reaction out of me. You know, this is it's a great little insider's joke for animators. You certainly know your audience with this one. This entry is right at home in this contest. We've all been there. And it was really funny. I like how you owned that and just made that the crux of the joke. The reveal at the start was just fantastic, the way you revealed that character. Huion says, I love the humor in your animation, great voice acting, and the joke was well played. I guess there's not much to say since the stick figure was part of the joke, but we all know how procrastination goes. You still gave me a good laugh. Counterperfect says, you have no idea how many times I've seen anime break down, and so procrastination was a really fun way of contrasting ambition with the time it takes to achieve that. I did end up liking how expressive the characters were though. It's a joke, but it commits to it. I agree with that. So, of course, the category for this, we've got to give it the standout for entertainment. It was very funny. It gave us a good laugh. Next entry. This next entry is called Caged Bird, and it's by Ying Li Zhang. I hope you enjoy. Wow, that was really, really well made. I think we can all agree that that was a very beautiful short film, a lovely piece, and yeah, the story is really nice there, and I found it very innovative. A lot of the different things that Ying Li Zhang did in that, for example, keeping it all with one shot for the whole thing. Just like the kind of imprisonment thing, we're not able to just jump around with the camera. We've got it fixed in. Now that might have been a practical constraint, but even if it was, it works. It works thematically. The fact that these characters were making human vocal sounds, but were not articulating with words what they were feeling, just like birds do. Birds use tone in their voices. So I loved things like that. The little innovations in this I thought were amazing, and that's really something that stands out to me and something that I value so much. And so I think it did this exceptionally well. I think this is a really standout piece. Huion says, your way of animating expressions through body language and poses are very impressive. Even if they were just silhouettes, I could clearly feel what these characters were feeling, and that is very hard to pull off, so great job. Canapa Effect says, telling a story with just one background can be difficult, but Caged Bird nails it. The silhouettes consistently have clear poses that help express what the main character is feeling. I especially loved the beautiful light transformation at the start and how it used that to shock the audience with her failed attempts. Yeah, and so I really thought this one was great as well. I think we all did. And I think this one should have the standout category for sound, just because it does something completely different with the sound, with the human voices that I thought was very good, was unique as well. So I really liked this in multiple aspects, but I'll give this the standout for sound. Next up, we have a film called Voices in My Head, and this is by Zaxiry Zeifly, also known as Zeifly. And this one does contain some mature themes of anxiety and depression, so viewer discretion is advised for this. Enjoy!
You know how people talk about having voices in their head? Well, this is me. And these are the voices in my head. Scott is the kindest, and he loves to bake even if he's not very good at it.
Why is the house on fire?
I'll never get better at baking if you just keep making everything burn, lad. Oh, I'm sorry. It's alright. No, it's okay, it really is. Oh, okay. Oh, by the way, while I've got you here, there's a thing I've been meaning to talk to you about. There's a strange thing over by my door. I don't quite know what it is. It's giving me a right worry. I guess I can take a look at it, yeah? See, it's just this part here. This little purple bit. It looks all strange. I don't know what it is. Oh, that. Do you know what it is? Yeah, this isn't the first time it's, shown up. Ooh. Do you think I could come in real quick? Of course you can come in, lad. This is your head, after all. Are you alright, lad? Isn't that easy to tell? Well, I'm a part of you, so it's a bit easier for me to tell when something's bothering you. It's just... I'm so stupid. I'm just an idiot. It doesn't help much when you talk to yourself like that. But it's true, like I just mess up everything. So don't talk about yourself like that, lad. It's not your fault. I'm just so worthless and I can't do anything. Everything I touch just falls to pieces. Lad, you gotta stop this. I can't do this anymore. I wish I could just give up and die. Right, well that's enough of that. Okay, let's hang on. No, hang on, almost. Ugh. Okay. Well, we're past the worst of it. Come on, let's get through this together.
I have to commend this animation for its tremendous honesty. I think this coping mechanism that obviously the creator has made with this, it shows how useful it can be. And in fact, this does work when you have these kind of characters or alter egos, whatever word you want to put on it, but those can be a real force for good. And it's amazing to see an animated demonstration of that. I just think it's amazing that you've made this come to life, Zaxiry. And I love that character of the Viking with a Scottish accent. Yeah, it's great. So Huion says, I really loved the way you told this story about being in your head and how it affects you visually. It really put into perspective how negative thoughts can just spread like wildfire and how moments of severe depression can take over the mind. Very well done, and also the music played a very nice role into the feeling of the whole piece. The Caniper Effect says, what Voices in My Head lacks in an authentic Scottish accent, it makes up for in thoughtful and personal storytelling. I really like the premise of visualizing the different parts of you in an apartment block and the mutual caring that's a part of that. Yeah, I really like this one. I thought it was very novel, very inventive with how things were displayed visually, so we're going to give this a standout in originality. Next entry is called Awakening. Now, guys, this is the last entry, okay? This is the final entry. It's called Awakening, and it's by Zayo, or Zuo. I'm not sure how you pronounce that. This does contain mild violence in it, so once again, viewer discretion is advised. Enjoy. Awakening. that was some heavy stuff. I found that really engaging, that animation, especially that moment when the kind of father figure and the son are pinned down by sniper fire. I just found that so engaging. I couldn't look away, I couldn't blink for a moment. And yeah, heavy stuff, and I thought it was a very heavy hitting animation. I like the sci-fi kind of environment as well, the sci-fi theme. I love those kind of spaceships and planets and exploring different planets in different areas. I found that, of course, a very engaging setting for the whole thing. So yeah, I'm really impressed with this one. I think it's a great end to the entry. I'm glad that we started these entries on a strong one, and we also ended on a strong one with Awakening. So thank you very much, Zayo. This was a great one.
All right, I wanted to step in a bit and talk about Awakening here, because I think there's something that's really cool about this animation that is really hard to pull off for most people, and that is making a fictional world that is believable. Okay, so something like this requires a lot of attention to detail, and stuff that might not seem normal and that is normalized inside this animation and story is really cool. I love watching stuff that's in a completely different world and you can actually believe it, right? And some of the things you don't even have to understand. Like this guy has got like a weird robotic eyeball. This world is obviously fictional, but at the same time, if you make a fictional world, you have to make it believable. And something like this is really, I think, makes it entertaining to watch, because it's taking you to this crazy place that's not real, but at the same time, you can actually see that these characters are within this world and they know the world better than you do, and then you're like waiting to see what happens or what they do. So that's really cool, and I think you pulled that off really well with this animation.
Canopy Effect says, Awakening is pretty cool. I like the cycle nature of its story, and the scene of two of them being pinned down by sniper fire was great, especially the sequence where we see bullets as it flies through the air. Yeah, I agree with the kind of the cyclical nature of the story, which is something that we didn't get many entries that attempted something like that. That is a unique aspect of the storytelling that I didn't really pick up on when I was writing my review, but Canopy really hit the nail on the head there. Standout category, I just have to say originality and animation. I thought the animation was good, that it moved really well, it was well storyboarded. Well done for that. That was great. That was really good. Okay, so that's the last entry. So we made it through all of the entries. Now what? Well, you know what. Now we've got to pick a winner. And we've already done the hard work here. So we're going to announce the winners right away. I'm going to start with third place now. So, in third place, for the prize of a Huion Inspiroi V2 and an Animator Guild cap, just like this one, the award goes to Mad Hops by Gracie Vaughn. Congratulations, Gracie Vaughn, for winning third place. It was a great entry. We all really love it and we're really proud of it. Gracie Vaughn's social media link will be in the description, so please go and check out her work. She deserves it. It was such a great entry. So, in second place, for the prize of a Huion Canvas Pro 13 and an Animator Guild cap, the award goes to Kenmin for the amazing entry Forgive and Forget. Congratulations. And Kenmin's social media link will be in the description. Please check out Kenmin's channel or whatever social media he or she has left there. I think it's well worth it. So we've come a long way. We've gone through a lot of entries, and now there is one that sits on top, as voted by myself, Huion, and the Canopy Effect, and has had the strongest overall score. For the prize of the Huion Canvas Pro 24, a one-of-a-kind Animator Guild hoodie, championed hoodie, and special status in the Discord group, and for the chance to be a guest on the Animator Guild podcast, The champion of the Animated Guild Contest 2021 goes to Shushiness with the amazing short film Falling Food Physics. Congratulations, Shushiness. I will be in contact with you soon. For those watching who were impressed by the animation, please do follow Shushiness on YouTube or on whatever social media is linked down below in the description. They've really earned it. If this contest has got you fired up to make some animations of your own, I host an online course called Getting Started in 2D Animation. It's designed to equip beginner animators with all of the foundation lessons they need to make animations of their own. Go to the link in the description or in the top corner of the screen to find out more about this course. As an additional prize, the top 3 entrants of this contest will have guest access inside the course and will be invited to beta test my upcoming courses. I think that's it. I think we made it. We made it, guys. We finished the contest. Oh wow, this has been a big project. This has been big. And so there's some people I want to thank before I end this here. I want to give, first of all, a massive thank you to my 2 judges for giving their time up for this and writing such thoughtful pieces for all of these entries. And there were a lot of entries. It took a lot of time. So I'm really grateful that these 2 amazing creators took time out of their schedules to do this with me and to participate. And once again, please check them out in the links down below. They really deserve it. Thank you so much to both of you. Thank you to every animator who has contributed to this. It's been really inspiring to watch your work, to see you progress, and I hope this has been encouraging for you. I hope it's incentivized you and driven you to create more and to pursue more, and to show you that you know your work is worthy of viewership by everyone, and really just get it out there to as many people as possible. I mean, we've done as much as we can here to showcase these pieces, but they're yours, they're your films, we don't own them, so please distribute them across your own social media. They deserve to be seen by people, and you're all amazing, and I hope that you keep making amazing work. Thank you. And thank you to everyone who tuned in to watch. I know it means a lot to these animators that they have an audience of people who are interested in watching original animations, not like parody animations, not like fan fiction animations, but original animations. There is an audience to that, and we need to keep proving that again and again. And yeah, I just feel very fortunate to be kind of in with this community of people who value animation, who find it interesting, who are engaged in this kind of content. Let's keep supporting each other. Let's keep making animations and keep supporting each other where we can. Thank you very much for watching, especially those of you who have stuck through all of these, because I know this runtime is going to be insane for this contest. That's it. I'm finished. We've done it. I'll see you in the next video. Goodbye. And Callum says, Love in the Lavender is a really sweet film with great character art. Oh, Truffles. It's my cat, sorry.